Hello, YouTube and TikTok. How are we? Apologies. I should really start the video, but that's not the way I roll. I just keep going with the punches. Chat bubbles. Um, this is quite important actually because I've seen a petition circulating. Um, I've seen a petition circulating on Facebook and stuff like that of end cross-border hiring of the private hire industry. Now, I'm going to put the link below my YouTube video of the actual petition. If you want to sign it, go for it. Myself personally, I'm not going to sign it, and I'm just going to. The reason why is because I think there's an easier way to solve the issues. Now what you call it? The main problems, in my opinion, is not just the cross-border hiring, is just literally just stay where you work. Do you know what I mean? So, as an example, the cross-border hiring back in the day, if you were a nosely plated private hire driver, you'd have to like stay and work within Knowsley, or same as the Acnes. You know the Acne rule. Private hire used to be the same kind of, to a certain degree, and a bit of a loophole with the Deregulation Act and all that jazz and the cross-border hiring. That's where the big dogs come in, like Uber, and kind of just like got an operator's license anywhere, and then anyone can work anywhere depending on where you're licensed. Because obviously one of the rules is you can pass your job from operator to operator kind of vibes and stuff like that. Now, the thing with this petition is we don't know how extreme it's going to go, in the sense of like, is it going to be super strict, or is it just going to like change the rules slightly? There's no like specificness with the rule change that people are requesting. And obviously it could change it dramatically bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine a nosely plated driver drops off in Liverpool city centre. It's still the same region. He'd have to drive back to Knowsley before he can do another job. And then just say that goes to St Helens, he has to drive back to Knowsley. Do you know what I mean? That's the Acne game, that. The private eye game's slightly different. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to go that route, but it could do, depending on how strict the cross-border hiring thing goes. Do you know what I mean? It could go back in time. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like, I just don't know. I don't know. Also, if all this cross-border hiring stops, right? Yeah, where are all the Wolverhampton drivers going to go? Seriously. There's 40,000, I think, now, Wolverhampton drivers. Where are they going to go? If you think about it, I think I seen an article, and it was there's three Wolverhampton drivers per street of Wolverhampton. But where are they going to go? Seriously, if you stop all the cross-border hiring or working in a different area, like, where are you going to go? Are they all going to go back to Wolverhampton? There's probably, I think this, like, last time I checked the facts, this is not fact, it's just like a guesstimate. There's like 10 to 15,000 Sefton plated Manchester drivers. There's like, I think 5 to 10,000 Knowsley plated Manchester drivers. So when the Manx couldn't get a license, they'd go to Sefton and Knowsley because they were quicker. Similar thing that's happened to Wolverhampton, but I think Wolverhampton took it on a big scale. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I think that's going to be an issue. Same as like, I'm Liverpool plated, but sometimes I've got to go up to Blackpool. This is on private work. Pick them up and bring them back to Liverpool Airport, or bring them back to Liverpool City Centre. So what happens if a job comes up to Blackpool and they're going to Kirby and Knowsley? Am I allowed to do that job? Aren't I allowed to do that job? Do you know what I mean? Like, how we don't know how this petition is going to go and how strict it's going to go. Do you know what I mean? That the reason the Hackneys work and why returning the Hackneys to their region is because Hackney's rates are priced like that. So if a Hackney does a job to Warrington, he drives back empty, but he's already been paid because it's a good rate. Do you know what I mean? Imagine doing a job on Uber, Liverpool to Warrington, and driving back empty. Oh, I don't know, guys. Myself personally, the easiest way you could probably fix it, in my opinion, right, is the main problem is the big apps, the big UK-wide apps. They're the ones that are having all these cross-border, out-of-town drivers coming to your area, blah, blah, blah. That's the main problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, last night, the Liverpool game was on, Klopp's last game. Do you know what I mean? And like, the amount of out of town drivers drive into the city to work it is unbelievable. Like, it's crazy. The amount of Manchester plated drivers you see in Liverpool on match day By the way, same thing probably happens in Manchester. It's all that. So it's not just Liverpool. I'm just using it as an example, right? But like, imagine all of Manchester Sefton plated drivers that you can't see that they're from Manchester. Do you know what I mean? All the Wolverhampton plated drivers driving from all the West Midlands and North West of England to work the weekend. It happens. It's definitely been happened. The last 4 Ubers I've got as a passenger, they've all lived and breathed in Manchester, and they drive here to work. I don't know why, because I think Liverpool's worse than Manchester. But yeah, honestly, the last 4 times I've been a passenger of an Uber, they've all been from Manchester. No word of a lie. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. There's no word of a lie, mate. It's just a mad subject, guys, isn't it? Now, myself personally, to solve the problem is not to change cross-border hiring or nothing like that. Now, what I've said to you before, I've spoke to local firms in the past, like local private hire firms, you know what I mean, in Liverpool, and they'll take on Wolverhampton plates, yeah, but all their drivers live in the regions they work. Do you know what I mean? So if they've got like a operator license for, or their work region is Liverpool, Knowsley, Sefton, maybe whatever, Ormskirk or whatever, they'll only take on drivers who live in those areas. Do you know what I mean? The plate is irrelevant. 2024, the plate is irrelevant. I keep saying this. If you see a Wolverhampton driver in town, you can't go, "Ugh, scumbag, ugh. He's coming from Birmingham." He probably hasn't. He's probably come from Kenny. Do you know what I mean? He's probably a Scouser. Do you know what I mean? The problem is you can't judge a plate no more. You just can't. Do you know what I mean? The plates are from everywhere. It's where you live is the issue. Now, the local firms should be sticking to it anyway. Do you know what I mean? You know your address, you know where you're licensed. Just make sure that they live where you operate. Do you know what I mean? And Uber just needs to put a flipping smaller region on it. Do you know what I mean? Or just put a radius around where you live. Do you know what I mean? Even just like a half decent radius, just to keep it in that region. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that Liverpool, Manchester, all the West Midlands, Birmingham, up to the Lancs, to the edge of Scotland, is all in the same region. So if Manchester's got a big game on, imagine you're talking tens of thousands of drivers from all those areas could drive and work that busy time, which makes it quiet. They need to restrict the regions, and then if you go out the region, yeah, just automatically set your destination back to wherever you come from, and you could still get jobs on the way back. So you still got that benefit. Do you know what I mean? But what it means is you can't physically drive outside your area and stay and work in that area. I think that's the biggest problem that causes problems for most people. But myself personally, I think the plate is irrelevant now. Do you know what I mean? I know loads of Scousers with Wolverhampton plates. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah, the petition's below. Sign it if you want, but I don't know. I reckon it's opening up a can of worms, and I don't know how deep they're going to change the rule. Do you know what I mean? Or if they're going to change the rule at all. So yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you reckon? Discuss below. It's on TikTok and on YouTube. And yeah, I'll catch you all later. Let me know in the comments what you think. See you soon.